Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from the Romance Fangirl channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to me discussing another Degrassi topic that I want to get off my chest. I feel like if I can, I want to come up with a with some topics where I feel like there was some storylines where I feel like Degrassi did miss opportunities. These were like the main. This was like the main one I could really come up with at the moment, and it's kind of crazy that I'm making a video about this now because as many times I have rewatched Degrassi, I always felt like this was a missed opportunity for them to do. I feel like Degrassi really fumbled the bag by never ever making or ever writing a love triangle between Maya, Miles, and Tristan. I feel like they always missed the opportunity with that because I feel like when you watch the beginning of season 13, I felt like especially when they're in Paris, I feel like, both Maya and Tristan found an attraction to Miles. It's just Miles was more attracted to Maya. He didn't really see Tristan like that at all. But it's like in Paris when Tristan and Miles had that small conversation where Miles kind of told Tristan that him and his father always had a rocky relationship. They never got along, and his father always had a control around, always wanted to control his life. Always had a huge string around his neck, and Tristan kissed him just out of the blue so readily and so awkwardly that Miles said it was cool that he didn't hold it against him. When Tristan told Maya what happened, she was jealous. She definitely felt uncomfortable that Tristan was, you know, starting to form some type of crush onto Miles. He told Maya that he felt like they connected, and that later on in that same episode, Maya and Tristan saw Miles and Zoe, getting it on the couch, not having sex, but they were, making out and shit. Tristan was completely hurt because he felt like him and Miles had a connection. I felt like you're doing a storyline where these two best friends, such and such, and I use that term very, very loosely because I feel like Maya and Tristan never really gave friendship vibes to me. So you're doing a storyline where both of them are really having a crush in some ways or what, starting to really like Miles. I feel like if you have him date one of them, I felt like it was right to have one of them at least jealous or somewhat feel some type of way. So because I always felt like it was wrong when Maya outed Tristan having feelings for Miles just to clear her up, just to clear her own skin. I thought that shit was wrong because I feel like in the heat of the moment, regardless, whatever, how Tristan felt about Miles, he didn't need to know that. You feel me? Because with Tristan, I was cool with him forgetting about it because he saw him with Zoe. It was more like, forget it. It doesn't really need to be brought back up again. He doesn't really need to know that, just from that one conversation, I really started to like him. But for Maya to use Tristan, to out him out for liking Miles because she didn't want to be, she didn't want to accept the honesty that she was honestly the one that was she was feeling him too because she didn't want to seem, as a bad friend. And what I thought that was wrong. I felt like it was completely wrong for her to do that to Tristan. That's probably the only time I could actually agree with Tristan, and that's the only time I ever do. I completely, I completely understood where he was coming from. That you outed me liking him just because you don't want to tell him the truth that you like him too. That shit is wrong for you to throw me under the bus and tell him about me liking him when you know you like him too, and you're really mad when it comes to him and Zoe more than I am. You feel me? Because you liked him before I even started to like him, before I grew a crush on him. And that is true. Maya should have said something to Tristan about her feeling a little uncomfortable with him growing a crush on Miles because she started to like him too. But Maya was too quiet. She kind of let Tristan walk all over her. She kind of had no backbone when it came to Tristan. She was always apologizing, even if it was really nothing she did wrong. And I just felt like, at the day, she's fucking human and she cares. But I felt like, at the end of the day, had she opened her mouth and told Tristan that she was feeling Miles too, a lot of that shit really could have been ignored. And then I felt like, in season 13 specifically, I really do feel like they could have did the love triangle in season 14. and I'm gonna get there. But I feel like in season 13 there could have been somewhat of a love triangle, because to me, I thought it never made sense that Tristan was best friends with Zoe when he was mad at her and calling this bitch a hussy and a slut and a tramp because she came onto Miles when he liked her, and he was really like growing to like her, but he felt like after what she did, he didn't really fuck with her no more. Like Miles, Tristan was fake, because it's like not only are you fucking with Maya's op, but you was just talking about this bitch, calling her a tramp and whatnot. Now you going behind my back, ha ha he in with this bitch. Like Tristan was fake as fuck. Like not only did he bail on Maya the first night on summer vacation to hang out with Zoe with this bitch that he's only known for a second. Like Tristan was fake as fuck. He gonna tell them in season 13 that he likes them both. He loves hanging out with Maya. He loves hanging out with Zoe, and he doesn't want to have to pick. So he just wants them to all just grow to hang out with each other in one big group. Which I feel like, why should Maya feel comfortable hanging out with her op? This bitch has had a problem with her since Paris for what? Because she a jealous, conniving hoe. She had it out for me for the first day. When I don't even know this bitch name. Don't know her from a can of paint. Like, what the fuck? Bitch had it out for me from the beginning. And it's like, Tristan, for you to even be going behind my back, ha ha he in with this bitch. You're I don't even trust you, because how can you be comfortable with my op? This bitch plastered me all over the internet. Like, are you serious? That's crazy. Like, Tristan is fake as fuck. I don't care what nobody say. Fake. Fake as fuck. But I feel like they could have did something with the season 13 with it being a love triangle, and I only say that because I felt like Maya liked it Miles, right? And she asked Tristan, would he be okay with it if they dated? And he said, yeah. He said, just because I fell for him in Paris doesn't mean I should hold against you if you want to be with him. It's like, okay, cool. But I feel like he shouldn't be cool with it, because he was talking about he was in love and this and that other shit after just the one conversation him and Miles had. So I felt like because him and Maya was crushing on him at the same time, he definitely should have felt some type of way about it. I don't care what nobody say. And then I felt like before they even did anything with, no, did Maya I'm pretty sure Maya and Miles was together before that. Yeah, I think they was together. I'm pretty sure. I think Maya and Miles was together once he joined the basketball team. If I'm not mistaken, because I can't even tell you. I'm not really sure what episode they got together in. Not gonna lie. Let me look it up. Hold on, y'all. This is gonna show me what episode they started dating in. When did they start dating? Okay, they started dating and barely breathing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so they were pretty, yeah, they started dating right around the time he joined the whole basketball team. So I felt like when they did the storyline with Miles and Tristan being on a basketball team together, I can't lie, somewhat I feel like they were doing something where like sparks was flying between them, like they were growing a friendship and everything like that. I kind of felt like Degrassi was kind of hinting where Miles was probably going to cheat on Maya by fooling around with Tristan, like kissing him or whatnot. Because I kind of felt that vibe between them when they were on the basketball team. I felt like, him being with Maya and them being on the basketball team, I feel like should have like grew some type of heat. I feel like Tristan shouldn't have been so okay with the guy he literally was just crushing on in Paris being with his best friend, and I don't think he should have been okay with them having so much PDA around each other when he literally just said that he was feeling him when they was in Paris. I feel like they really had the opportunity to do a love triangle with them in season 13, but they really formed the bag by not doing it. But regardless of them not doing a love triangle in season 13, I still love the love triangle they did with Maya, Zig, and Miles. Did I say that? Miles, Maya, and Zig. Yes, I actually love the triangle they did with Maya, Miles, and Zig. And that probably could explain why they didn't do a love triangle with them in season 13 with Maya, Miles, and Tristan, because they already have plans of doing a love triangle with Maya, Miles, and Zig, which is completely understandable. Zig is back. It's time to do a love triangle because Maya is with Miles. So let's go ahead and do this. And I feel like regardless of what regardless of me not getting the love triangle that I really wanted, I was still okay with the love triangle with Maya, Miles, and Zig because that shit still ate and fed generations, and I was completely okay with it. That little triangle was iconic as fuck, even though a lot of people say no one asked for it and didn't like it. I loved it and I ate it up. Now, as far as season 14 is concerned, when it comes to the whole Maya, Miles, and Tristan shit, I know they like to say that it was a love triangle. To me, it didn't give that, and that's simply because I'm only gonna say I feel like it wasn't because the when Miles was starting to fall back in love with Maya, him and Tristan were broken up. And I feel like if you wanted to do a love triangle, you should have did something where Maya was either jealous of Tristan and Miles being in a relationship when they just broke up and Tristan is her ex best friend, so she should feel a way about it because you only saw one episode where she mentioned how it bothered her because she felt like they were doing it to get back on her, and that was literally in what was it, episode 2, I believe, in season 14. That was the only time we actually really saw that it bothered her. Other than that, she could care less because at that point they were kind of building her and Zig up. So I feel like if you really wanted to make it a love triangle, you really should have showed how badly it bothered her that yes, she was with Miles, and during that time of their relationship, she did grow to be in love with him. She loved him, and Zig is her ex best friend. So it's like it should be uncomfortable and weird for her to see them together to where yes, in some way, shape, or form, you do something where she might simply do still have some feelings for Miles, and Miles still have feelings for her to where it does grow to be a love triangle. I definitely would have done something like that. I just felt like it just made sense in the moment to do a love triangle. And I do feel like regardless of them not doing a love triangle, I still enjoyed the storyline that they did do with Maya and Miles in season 14 with him, catching feelings for her in the moment that she was there for him at his lowest with his dad and everything like that going on with his family, and that she offered him friendship, and because of her genuineness and her kindness and her selflessness by being there for him, that he did fall back in love with her. Because I did not care for Miles and Tristan's relationship. Like I said, they put them together in season 14. Their relationship really got any screen time. They didn't do anything for me. I really could have done it without them being together. I felt like when I go back and watch season 14 now, I felt like Miles and Maya really would have worked as a relationship in that season or in next class. I felt like they really would have worked because I feel like in season 14 with them, I don't know, I still saw that I was actually starting to see chemistry between them, and I felt like it felt different. Like it didn't feel like how it was before. Like it didn't feel toxic or just like random like kitty shit. I like that they were actually there for each other, and that she actually was there for him when he had shit going on at the house, and that she was the one who told him that he was the one who needed to put his dad in place. Like, you can't leave your siblings with him, that you got to do something to like get your dad away from you to where you can actually start living your life to where you can be happy. I would have been mad had they put her with Miles again in season 14, because then again, you did do the whole thing where him and Tristan broke up because he was still in love with Maya, but we never got to see Miles tell Maya he was still in love with her. That was stupid. It went nowhere, and you just put her and Zig together, which is like I'm not mad. Like I'm not mad at, but it's like still, if you're gonna do something where Miles say he fell back in love with Maya, but he was still with Tristan, you should have went the whole way with it. Like you could have at least showed where he told Maya how he felt. Like went to her doorstep with flowers and told her he was still in love with her, and that during that time when she like gave him friendship when he had everything going on with his dad, he just really learned that he should never have let her go because he was so in love with her. I feel like Degrassi just really, really missed the bag by never making it a love triangle. Like I said, I don't like to say season 14 that they did, but me personally, I like to disagree because, like I said, it didn't give love triangle. It just didn't. Like, I don't think so. I just don't think it really gave love triangle. Like I said, not really. Miles just really fell back in love with Maya in the heat of everything going on with his dad and her being there for him, and he actually really fucking enjoyed that. So that's what made him fall back in love with her. which is like, yeah, I was okay with that because, like I said, I wouldn't have been mad had they, did it again in season 14. But season 14 only had 28 episodes, so they had to get the ball rolling with Maya and Zig, and because they completely abandoned the storyline with Miles having feelings for Maya and being back in love with her, that they just put him randomly with Zoe. Him and Zoe literally have no fucking chemistry. It was so cringe to see them together. It was just random as fuck. So I definitely have a problem with season 14 because it's like the storyline with Maya, Miles, and Tristan in just a short period of episodes. Like everything with Miles in season 14 is probably like it's probably the most favorite shit I like to watch. Which I'm not gonna cap. Or probably gonna be like the most episodes I review from season 14. I'm probably not gonna review anything else except for the episodes that has anything to do with Miles' storyline with his dad, because I feel like it was really the best shit in that season. The episodes where he was smoking weed and he did the hit and run and everything like that was literally the only shit I liked in that season, when he started smoking weed, getting high, and anything like that. That was the only shit I really liked in season 14 for real. So I really do feel like Degrassi filmed the bag by not making it a love triangle ever. How the two friends, how are both best friends crushing on the same nigga, and then neither one of them gets upset when one of them are dating him. That makes no sense. And then it's like, what's so crazy? Miles literally dated all three of them. He dated everyone in that friend group. He dated Maya, and she was friends with Tristan. He dated Tristan, and Tristan was best friends with Maya and Zoe. He dated Zoe, and Zoe was best friends with Tristan. Like, this nigga was homie hopping from bitch, nigga, and bitch. That's crazy. Niggas really be homie hopping. That's crazy. But that's all I really got to say for this review. Like I said, please be watching out for my episode review. Catch you guys in my next one.